Ever wondered what happens in the shadows of the internet? For years, one name was synonymous with the dark web's economy: Bitcoin. From the infamous Silk Road to countless other hidden marketplaces, Bitcoin was the undisputed king. But the crown is slipping. Today, we're diving deep into why Bitcoin is losing its throne and what's rising to take its place. Let's rewind a bit. Back in the early 2010s, Bitcoin was revolutionary. It offered a way to send money across the globe without a bank, seemingly anonymous and outside the control of any government. This made it the perfect currency for the burgeoning dark web. The Silk Road, an online bazaar for everything illicit, was built on Bitcoin. For a long time, users and vendors believed their transactions were untraceable, hidden behind a veil of digital code. They thought they were ghosts in the machine. But here's the twist: Bitcoin was never truly anonymous. It's pseudonymous. Think of it like using a pen name. If someone figures out who the real author is, they can link every book you've ever written back to you. The Bitcoin blockchain is a public ledger. Every single transaction ever made is recorded on it forever. Your wallet address is your pseudonym. And while that address isn't directly tied to your real name, it can be. This is where the story changes. Law enforcement agencies got smart. They started developing sophisticated blockchain analysis tools. Companies like Chainalysis and Elliptic emerged, specializing in de-anonymizing cryptocurrency transactions. They could follow the money. By linking a Bitcoin address to an exchange where you had to provide your ID, or by analyzing transaction patterns, they could connect digital wallets to real people. Suddenly, that anonymous currency wasn't so safe anymore. High-profile arrests started happening. The masterminds behind major darknet markets were caught, not by a slip-up in a chat room, but because investigators followed the Bitcoin trail. They traced withdrawals to personal bank accounts and purchases made with crypto. The public ledger, once seen as a feature, became a permanent, unchangeable book of evidence. For anyone involved in illicit activities, this was a terrifying realization. The digital breadcrumbs they left behind years ago could lead directly to their door. This created a massive demand for something truly private, something that didn't just pretend to be anonymous. And the market responded. Enter the era of privacy coins. The undisputed champion of this new wave is Monero. Unlike Bitcoin, Monero was built from the ground up with one core principle: privacy by default. It uses a trifecta of powerful cryptographic techniques. First, there are ring signatures. When you send Monero, your transaction is mixed with a group of other transactions, making it impossible to tell who the real sender is. It's like hiding your signature among a dozen others on a single check. Second, it uses stealth addresses. For every transaction, a unique one-time address is created for the recipient. This means even if you send Monero to the same person 100 times, each transaction will appear to go to a different address on the blockchain, preventing anyone from linking payments to a single entity. And third, there's ring CT or ring confidential transactions. This feature hides the amount of Monero being sent. So not only do observers not know who sent it or who received it, they also don't know how much was sent. It's the digital equivalent of sending cash in a sealed, unmarked envelope. You can't see who sent it, where it's going, or what's inside. Because of these features, Monero has become the new gold standard for privacy on the dark web. Major marketplaces began dropping Bitcoin support and exclusively accepting Monero. The community realized that the risk of using Bitcoin was simply too high. For criminals, traceability is the enemy, and Monero offers a powerful shield against it. While no system is perfect, Monero makes transaction analysis incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for law enforcement. But the story doesn't end with Monero. The crypto landscape is always evolving, and so are the methods used for illicit finance. Another interesting player has entered the game: stablecoins. You might be thinking, wait, aren't stablecoins like Tether USD tagged to the US dollar? How are they private? You're right, they aren't inherently private. In fact, many run on public blockchains like Ethereum or Tron, so why the shift? It's about stability and speed. Cryptocurrency prices are notoriously volatile. Imagine a vendor accepting a payment in Bitcoin only to see its value drop 10% overnight. That's a huge risk. Stablecoins eliminate this volatility. 1 USDT is always worth $1. This makes managing finances much simpler and more predictable for illicit businesses. But what about the privacy issue? This is where things get creative. Criminals are now using a combination of techniques. They might use stablecoins, particularly on fast and cheap networks like Tron, for the actual transaction. Then they use mixers or tumblers to obscure the trail. A mixer is a service that takes your crypto, jumbles it up with coins from many other users, and spits out clean coins at a different address, breaking the on-chain link. They also leverage cross-chain swaps. They might convert their stablecoins into a privacy coin like Monero, move it around, and then convert it back to a different cryptocurrency on another blockchain. It's a complex shell game designed to create as many dead ends and confusing paths as possible for anyone trying to follow the money. The use of the Tron network has also surged because its transaction fees are significantly lower than Ethereum's, making it more economical for frequent, smaller payments. So, we're seeing a diversification of the dark web's financial ecosystem. Bitcoin, the original pioneer, has largely been relegated to a gateway crypto. People might buy Bitcoin on a mainstream exchange, then immediately swap it for Monero before making any purchases on the dark web. Its role has shifted from being the currency of choice to being the on-ramp into the world of truly private digital cash. This evolution highlights a fundamental cat-and-mouse game. As law enforcement develops new tools for blockchain analysis, criminals and privacy advocates develop new technologies to counter them. Bitcoin's transparent ledger was a learning experience for everyone. It taught the underworld that pseudonymity is not anonymity. The rise of Monero and the creative use of stablecoins and mixers show that the demand for financial privacy, for both legitimate and illegitimate reasons, is a powerful driver of innovation in the crypto space. What does the future hold? We'll likely see even more sophisticated privacy protocols emerge. We might see the integration of privacy features into other blockchains, a concept known as optional privacy. The battle for privacy is far from over. It's an ongoing technological arms race. The decline of Bitcoin on the dark web isn't just a story about crime. It's a story about the evolution of digital privacy itself. It shows us how technology adapts, how threats are perceived, and how the quest for untraceable transactions continues to shape the future of cryptocurrency. This is a constantly changing world, and we'll be here to keep you updated on the latest developments. What do you think will be the next big thing in crypto privacy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this deep dive interesting, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.